What is up, YouTube? My name will be Josh, this is GamesCentral, and today we're going to be talking about the time that I was almost arrested in a McDonald's. So I know you guys are probably like, how does one get arrested in a McDonald's? That's a pretty solid question. I was just a little bit of a troublemaker in high school. Don't worry, I was not like trying to steal chicken nuggets or fight Ronald McDonald. I was just that kid in class that was always talkative. I was always kind of the loud one that teachers didn't really like. And one night, me and my friends were actually watching Jackass. My friends were the exact same way as me. We were loud, we were outgoing, we like to be entertainers. I personally really like to make people laugh. I like to make people smile. I like to entertain. So, we were watching Jackass one night, and I know it literally says at the end of the videos, do not try this at home. Me and my friends looked at each other and were like, guys, we have to try this at home. Let's not only try it at home, let's also put it on the internet for everyone to see. So we started out pretty simple, really harmless, like throwing eggs at each other or, you know, going through a drive-thru in a cart. Really simple things that people kind of found funny, and these were not getting any kind of views at all. I think every single one of our videos might have had like 150 views, and 100 of those were just us re-clicking on the videos over and over again because we're like, oh my gosh, we're so cool, we have YouTube videos. So it really just, it wasn't successful by any means, but since it wasn't successful, we know we kind of had to push the limit and see where we could go. And now when I actually say this, I can't believe that it was actually a thought that came about in our heads. I don't know who actually suggested it, but one of my friends turned and went, guys, let's stage a kidnapping. And all of us were like, hell yeah, that's a great idea. So we basically all sit down and we start throwing out ideas for this quote-unquote kidnapping video. We're not actually kidnapping like an actual person. Like, one of my friends is going to be an actor and we're going to kidnap the actor is basically what it was. But I do actually vividly remember we were freshmen because one of my friends had just gotten his first car and we were like, bro, like, we're going to be able to show off your sweet new 2004 Toyota Corolla to everyone on the internet, bro. Like, it's going to be so sweet, bro. Apparently in my mind I say bro a lot in high school, but that's besides the point. We decided we were basically going to roll up to McDonald's with one of my friends shirtless in the trunk, tied up. He was going to bust out of the trunk and start running around, and we were going to have someone like chase after him and try to get him back in the car. And then once he was actually back in the car, they were just going to peel out of there and get out of that parking lot as fast as possible and whip back around a little bit later to actually pick me up because I was the one filming the entire thing. So I thought I was the safest one out of all of this because I was not realistically involved in it at all in my mind. But in reality, I was the one getting left behind. I'm going to preface this by saying I don't live in the nicest place. I was raised in East Tacoma, and this was actually all done in East Tacoma. For those of you that are from Tacoma, you know what I'm talking about. For those of you that aren't, it's kind of like a ghetto Seattle, Washington. It's just not the nicest place to live. We definitely have some interesting characters here. So this entire plan was just kind of doomed to fail from the very beginning. I'm actually going to go out on a limb here and say that we didn't run this idea by any kind of authority because they probably would have slapped us right upside the face. But the day came where we were actually supposed to do the kidnapping, and we rolled up into the McDonald's. They kind of dropped me off like kind of close to the entrance so no one would see that I was actually getting out with my camera. And I posted up kind of behind a couple cars where I could still see where they were going to pull into. They pull into the spot in between two cars, and both of these cars had people sitting in them. So there's two witnesses right there. This particular McDonald's actually also had a 2-lane drive-thru, and there was probably 4 or 5 cars in there. So overall there was 10, 12 people that were actually going to see this go down, but I didn't care at that point. I was just like, alright, I'm excited, let's do it. So I sent over a text and I was like, ready to go whenever you guys are. Pretty much as I sent that text, my friend busts out of the trunk shirtless. He's tied from the hands, so he was still kind of able to run. And then we actually had another one of my friends wearing all black and aviators, kind of looking like almost like a bodyguard or something like that. And he actually went and chased after him. So they're running all throughout this McDonald's parking lot, weaving in and out of cars, running throughout the drive-thru. Finally, my friend in the black actually kind of grabs him, throws him back in the car, and they go to do their quote-unquote peel-out. It was the ugliest little peel-out I've ever seen. It was like a slow backup followed by a slow drive away. But they get up to me and they're kind of like all screaming, and I'm like, slow down, what are you saying? They're like, the people next to us called the cops. And as soon as they say that, they drive off. So here I am standing there fucking panicking. I'm like, the car that just quote unquote kidnapped someone rolled up and acquainted themselves with me and then drove off. Like, now I'm the only one left at the quote unquote scene of the crime. So in my mind, I think sprint. So I go running down the sidewalk on the side of a main street in Tacoma, which looking back was probably the most incriminating thing I could have possibly done. But luckily I did not get arrested. I did kind of like duck around the corner a couple blocks down, and my friends whipped back around and picked me up. I hope you guys enjoyed this commentary though. I have all kinds of stories that I will be telling you guys in the future, so make sure to hit that subscribe button if you guys enjoyed. Have a good one, stay positive, peace.